here we go. So let me figure it out. Y'all know I got to figure out the tech piece. So at this time, I am, where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So now, can everybody see? Okay, good. All right. So, all right. So can you hear? Can we hear? Is everybody able to see the screen? And can everybody see? If you can put a 2 on the chat. And I do just want to apologize to everybody here in this room with me and on this computer. We tested everything. I'm telling you, I got here 2.5 hours early. I wanted to be here at 12 o'clock to make sure everything was okay. And then like as soon as we start, I'm like, I can't hear. It's loud. So thank you for your patience. I hope that you're enjoying your meal. And thank you so much. So Brother Ben, hi. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. How are you?
I'm doing blacktastic. Yourself?
Blacktastic. Okay. I like that a lot. I'm doing pretty mighty fine myself. Yeah, and again, thank you so much for, accepting this invitation to join us tonight. Following you has been very, 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 very rejuvenating. So I want to take this moment to say thank you for being so authentic and transparent and like really sharing gems online, because you never know, like what you share, you never know who is gonna help, who is gonna serve. So all of y'all share. So yeah, you're blacktastic tonight, and again, thank you.
You're welcome.
So if you don't mind me asking, I would absolutely love to know, what was the inspiration behind you building your very first online business? Because from my understanding, you had some jobs in the past, right? But you started an online business. Why? Why did you move in that direction?
Well, I always like to tell the story that I grew up as the only child. And in growing up the only child, I was aware that I have 21 biological brothers and sisters. I grew up in a household where when I come in the house, I go to my room. And a lot of my years growing up was spent in my room. So I found my voice in my room. That was my safe space, if you will. And I grew up playing basketball. I ended up becoming an All-American basketball player in college. And I'm saying this because that's how I began recording and doing anything with videos. So my mom, who y'all see behind me, would come and she would film my basketball games, and I would take it and then I would edit my own videos, because at that time we had things like Ball is Life, hoop mixtapes, and at that time I'm like, well, I'm good, but they ain't coming to film my school or check us out. So I did my own videos, and around that time I began to create skits and do skits and just kind of get creative about the things that was going on in my head. So I would create videos about it. I joined YouTube back in 2010, and back in 2010, I'm just documenting vlog type of stuff, and I made my first $100, I think, in 2010. And when I made that first $100, I was like, oh my God, this is something that can take place. I ain't got to have no job, because I didn't want no job. I always told myself since a young age, I do not want to get up in the morning when I don't want to get up in the morning, going to a place I don't want to be, and be there every single day, Monday through Friday. And I dang sure didn't want to go to a place like that for 12 years, get a degree just to go live that same lifestyle by having a job. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And so when I started to make that money on YouTube, I was like, well, bro, man, I need to start doing this. So a lot of things that's honestly happening on YouTube with the skits and people talking to themselves in one video, like I was doing all that like probably a decade ago. And it felt amazing because I could just be myself on camera. I could just be myself, and I can get paid for by how many views that I got. So I won't go too long because I can go a long time. My story, I'm gonna allow you to ask some questions. But the first time I made money on YouTube I made money online was through YouTube. And then after that, as I began to build my brand, similar to you, I turned what I was doing into a product. So I think my first product was maybe an ebook of my own. But before then, I was doing affiliate marketing. So I'll start there. The first money I made online was through affiliate marketing. And basically what I was doing was I built up a brand. I had learned how to build a brand. And before I started my own product, before I wrote my own ebook, I was like, let me go find actually, it was Dr. Boyce Watkins. He got something called the Black Business School, and we got 30% of the sales. So as I registered and was taking like his courses, I could resell them to people and get paid for it. So that was my first way of getting money online. I built up a brand of my own, and then I found somebody else who had a course or a product that was already developed, and I just shared it with my community and made money from it.
That's super powerful. And I do want to like harp on, thank you for sharing that. You said you made that first $100 and you said, oh, I could do this, huh?
Yeah.
What's it called? A hundred. So so affiliate marketing, just I want to speak on that really quick. He just made a point. He just said he was selling another product and he was making money from somebody else's product. You know, so that's totally a thing. So you don't even have to wreck your brain to try to figure out what I'm gonna sell. If there's something that already is currently existing and people are expressing interest in that, you can resell that. And you can make money for that. And I'm gonna speak to, our community. We have a community, Building Wealthy Families, because we believe in building wealthy families. And in this community, if you share your community link with anybody, you make 50% of their commission of their membership until they ever cancel their subscription. So that's affiliate marketing. So if you're in the Building Wealthy Families community and you say, I want other people to be a part of this, you will literally make half of their membership fee every month, every single month. So that's affiliate marketing. So thank you for bringing that up and speaking to that. And shout out to you being an All-American on the court. That's also really cool. That speaks to like dedication and, resilience, because being an athlete is not easy, but easy. So thank you for that. So when you started to transform, things into you started with YouTube, you were doing it over a decade ago. You started to get views. You currently have 500,000 followers on Instagram, and you have 1 million plus, like 2 million something on Facebook. Now you have a lot of followers. So, Brother Ben, what about the people that want to do affiliate marketing, like want to start a business and leverage social media, but they are nowhere near that? So, like with you doing this for a decade, there's someone that wants to create an online business and have the success that you've had creating multiple 7-figure, multi-million-dollar businesses. Do they have to do it for 10 years now? Do they have to have a big following now? Is there something that you can share with us to speak to being able to be as successful as you per se, without having all the experience and everything that you've had?
Well, I would say that, a lot of people undervalue what they already have. And what I mean by that is I see a post, and I actually made this point years ago, but I'm seeing it now in memes and it's really resonating with people. I used to say, man, this is what I used to say. I don't have to speak to anybody in person, because if I speak to somebody in person, the same thing that I can say in the comfort of my home, right here from this chair, I'm going to say the same thing to you in person. You're either going to listen to it, take notes, and execute, or you're not. I know in person, the energy may be different. You can touch somebody, it's a little bit more intimate, but I'm going to give you the same information virtually. So my point with that was, if I get 1,000 views, that's like I'm talking to 1,000 people. So you see people now with the memes that say some people say, I only got 100 views. I only got 200 views. But if you put 200 people in the room, what would that look like? So when I analyze people and how they devalue themselves oftentimes, they say, well, I don't have a large following like a Brother Ben who got over 500 million views and he got 1 million followers and he just hit 500,000. I mean, man, that's going to take me a long time. Have you talked to the 200 that already follow you? There's, I think, a book on getting 1,000 fans. Forget 1 million. If you had 1,000 true followers, true people that supported you, true 1,000 clients, that could change your life. 1,000 times $10 a month, just $10, not $500 a month, not $97 a month. 1,000 times $10 is $10,000 a month. 1,000 times a product, a service that costs 1,000 is $1 million. 1,000 times a $50 product is $50,000. Some of y'all right now got 1,000 followers. The question is, how many of you all have contacted all of them to create rapport, to build rapport, to figure out what they really need and present and offer? So many people, when they talk about, man, my business didn't work. It didn't work. I tried this and it didn't work. I said, well, how many people did you talk to? Man, I tried 10 people. Wow. 10 people, huh? There's 1 billion people on the planet, but you only talk to 10 people and you say, because they didn't buy from you, your business is not going to work. Then I got to look at, how did I even approach these 10 people? So it's not about necessarily having a large following, because if you look up, there was an influencer at one time that had 2 million followers and couldn't generate any income. So it's not about the followers per se. It's about, hey, how can I communicate a message that is very clear and I can properly communicate the problem that I solve? You can make way more money than somebody who got 1 million followers with 500 followers if you know what you're doing. Because then you have what's called word of mouth. Because I'm so good with this person, I've executed so well, I've given them a result, they're going to tell somebody. So how do I approach somebody? So now, if I don't have 500,000 followers, let's look at first, how many people are in your cell phone? Some people got 1,000 people in your cell phone that you scared to talk to. Because now you're judging, you're answering for them. Oh, they wouldn't buy it. Nah, I ain't gonna hit him. I know he ain't got it. How you know he don't got it? And if he don't got it, how about you approach and say, hey man, I just started this business. And the business that I have is I teach people how to travel abroad, and I show them how to make money. Do you happen to know somebody that could benefit from this, showing them how to make money online from their phone? So now what am I doing? I'm asking them, do they know somebody? So now instead of them saying, no, I don't, you force them to think, well, do I know somebody who does? Man, matter of fact, I just met a little sister yesterday. Man, yeah, she can. But then what about if they also need it? They're going to say, well, shoot, I know somebody, but I need it too. So now you're able to expand because you're just asking that person, do they know somebody? So first, go look down all the people that's in your cell phone and see how many of them could be your potential client or be your potential affiliate who can say, can you do this for me? Can you introduce me to 2 or 3 people that's interested? So if I got 500 followers and I ask all of those followers, do they know anyone? That's 500 times 3. Potentially, because I may get 2 or 3 people out of them. Then I got what's called the GEA method: give, engage, and attract. So you give them value, you give them a compliment, you give them something that's going to cause the engagement, which is going to attract them to your page. So yeah, I got 500. But then, hey, do you have any group chats that you can share me in? Do you have any Facebook groups that you can share me in? Now you hear people talk about OPM, other people money, but what about other people's audience? So now I may be valuable to somebody who's already built up a brand, and I'm adding value to him or I'm adding value to her, and she's willing to share with me the work that she put in for 10 years, the work that he put in for 10 years. The sister said there's a bunch of Muhammads on here today. Well, a lot of the Muhammads are coming from our community, the 10 plus years that I've built. But guess whose event they're showing up for? This ain't my event. This is Sister Dominique's event. Why am I willing to share my community with Sister Dominique? Because Sister Dominique came and was what? Valuable to me. So it's all about being strategic and being valuable. When you look at, y'all probably missed it, but they had something called the Saweetie Meal. That was a rapper. With Burger King. I mean, not Burger King. I think it was McDonald's. Then they did a deal with Nelly, Burger King. Well, they're leveraging the audience that he put in. So in business, you're either going to spend time or you can spend money or you can just be valuable enough that somebody's willing to give you something that would typically cost money. So I can spend my time building a brand, posting 3 to 5 times per day. I can spend my time building my brand, going live and doing all that. But if I'm valuable to the person that's already spent 5, 10 years building a brand and they're willing to share, and then I get strategic and show them how, hey, you can benefit from the knowledge. So what I want you guys to write down, what do I have that the person who has a brand doesn't have? What do I have of value that this person who's already spent this time don't have? Is there some knowledge that I can offer to their community to make him a more valuable person to follow? Because he's going to always bring us somebody with knowledge, or she's going to always bring us somebody with knowledge. So instead of me saying, man, I don't have 5 to 10 years to wait, I don't have a big brand, what do this person have? Or what is this person missing that I can bring to the table where I can now leverage my value or leverage some money I can pay him so that I can get introduced to his audience? So yes, absolutely, you can get paid without having a large following. A large following does not equal income. For those who are not aware of that, it's about how can I properly, clearly show somebody what problem I solve, offer a clear offer. And if I got 500 followers and 200 of them buy something for $500, that's thousands of dollars. If I got 500 people that pay for my $2,000 high ticket product, that's thousands of dollars that could change your life. If you do that within a quarter, that's more money than some people make in an entire year. So I'm going to stop right there because I don't want to keep going. But yes, indeed, it's about not necessarily. And think about this. People are trying to buy solutions. So you can start off with a low ticket product, but we know that low ticket product is it's really going to give them information. The ebook is going to take them a while to read. Ultimately, they want to get their problem solved. If you want me to do this for you, it's going to cost you thousands of dollars because it has taken up my time and experience to go learn it. I've already been through the trial and error, and I'm going to save you time, and I'm eventually also going to save you money because you're going to spend more money trying to figure this out on your own. You're probably going to waste more money doing it wrong. So go ahead and pay me the thousands of dollars so you can get this solution quick, because ultimately that's what you want. And you don't need hundreds of thousands of people to do that. You may get 50 people, 100 people, 200 people, and it can change your entire life.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, thank you so much for that. Do y'all have any questions before I ask the next question?
How did he build the YouTube thing? Because I'm working on it now.
Okay, so that's actually my next question.
Okay.
So Brother Ben, that was great. Did y'all process that? Like leveraging other people's audience, like you don't have to have a whole lot of nothing, just really being strategic and leveraging other people's audiences. So Brother Ben, I have another question for you. Well, a couple more questions because I want to know everything. I want to know, whenever you were building out, what was your first product? Like you said affiliate marketing, but then when you deviated out of that, what was your actual first tangible, like digital product in this space?
My first product was a course called Paid to Lead. So the digital real estate program that people buy now started off with a program called Paid to Lead. And the reason I called it Paid to Lead, because I believed that you're supposed to be paid to lead. I was starting to see people online like as if you wasn't supposed to get paid to share knowledge. And if you are a leader and you're sacrificing yourself, your time, your family to lead people out of a place that's dark, that they're not making money, that they're depressed, they don't know their purpose, you're the first person that needs to get paid. So I used to see people be upset that people are charging for courses, but then you'll go pay for Beyonce, we'll go pay for Lil Wayne, Drake, we'll go pay for an entertainer that's only going to entertain us for a good hour, 2 hours. Yeah, you feel good, you had a great time, but you're going back to the same condition that you was in before you got there. So to have somebody be able to talk to you, give you a knowledge, some knowledge, a word, a framework, a different perspective that's going to change the trajectory of your life, this person needs to be paid. Because this person needs time to be able to sit back and analyze and study, because you ain't got the time to study when you're at work at your 9 to 5. I'm going through the trial and error. You going through the trial and error. You putting together frameworks and blueprints and step by step because they don't have the time to. So you need to pay this person. So at that time, I was like, man, a lot of people are asking me, how did I grow my followings? Because I got over 500 million views just on Facebook by itself. Probably over 1 billion now, just combined. People are asking me, man, how are you creating content? How are you posting all day? How you make money? How do you monetize this? So I was like, I ain't gonna say the first, but one of the first in our community that was teaching people, bro, you can get paid on Facebook. If y'all go back, before people know you can get paid from likes and comments in Facebook now, I was trying to tell people Facebook is where it's at. I know you know about YouTube, but I was trying to tell people, man, Facebook, they paying. Now, you know, my account got shut down and all that type of stuff, but they was paying pretty good money. So Pay to Lead was, of course, pretty much me showing you guys how to create content, how to build your following, you know, how to properly grow on YouTube. So I heard the sister talk about how to do something on YouTube. YouTube is the second largest search engine. So what I found out about YouTube is not about just creating great content. You got to have the right keywords, search engine optimization. So what is the high ranking keywords that people are searching for? So if I was to do a video, right, and I'm talking about what I'm doing, I'm not going to say being in the studio chopping it up. Some people may do that because in their mind, oh, that's what I'm doing, being in the studio chopping it up. Nobody's searching for being in the studio chopping it up. I'm going to think about, what am I talking about? Maybe talking about how to make money online. So I may label it how to make money online in 2025. That's what somebody's searching for. So when you're thinking about whatever you about to put out on YouTube, I want you to step out of yourself and say, if I was looking for this video that I'm about to put out, what would I type to search for? Some people don't even realize if you are popular, some people have a YouTube page that's not even their name. So if I'm looking for you, don't you think I'm going to type in your name? People don't even think about that. So if you're popular and you got a big following, make sure that the title or even your YouTube page is your actual name that people are going to be searching for. So that's why I branded myself Brother Ben X. You don't have to, it's not hard to find me I'm on every platform as Brother Ben X. But my first, to answer your question, digital product was a course, because I said, instead of me having to tell people this every single day in my DM, answering comments, I'm going live, answering these things, let me just package it and give it to you guys at scale. So that's what I was able to do. I was able to duplicate myself by talking it in a video, putting it in modules, putting it in PDFs, and giving it to you guys where you guys can get it so I can make money in my sleep and you guys are able to get impacted in your sleep. And then lastly, I'm going to say this. If you think about this quote that I'm about to tell you, it'll really help you out with a digital product that can help you scale and make money in your sleep. I'm known for saying, don't focus on passive income, focus on passive impact. Because the more people you impact, the more income will come. So let's think about that statement. Focus on passive impact. I'm impacting you guys right now. But if I can only impact you guys when I'm verbally live speaking, that's going to be limited. Because what about when I go to sleep? What about the people that's in Africa? What about the people that's in other countries that they can't be on this live? How can I impact them passively? That means I got to record it. That means I got to either transcribe it. So I got a book. I don't think it's by me. I got a book and it's not by me. My first book is called Separation or Death. That's a transcription of a lecture that I did in Tampa. It's just a transcription. So how can I passively give the information that I have, the experience that I have, the solutions that I have to their problem in my sleep? So right now, this is being recorded. I'm recording what I'm saying to you guys. If I want to, I can transcribe this, and guess what I can do? Turn it into an ebook. And then guess what I can also do? Put the video on YouTube. That's monetized. Then guess what I can also do? Strip the audio and put that on an audio platform. Now that's monetized. Guess what I can also do? Passively have somebody else edit the video and put out clips on Instagram, and every clip gonna be monetized. And then guess what I can also do? Because I got a community called Building Wealthy Families. On every single video at the end, I can put my own product, my own service at the end of that. And then anybody who goes to that, guess what? I'm getting that too. So it's so many ways to passively impact somebody. So if I can focus on Brother Ben, how can you do the same thing you're doing right now, impacting them, giving them information, but in your sleep, and then learn how to scale that. And that's where the passive income comes in, because money is a byproduct of value. So many people are chasing money. If you chase the God within, if you chase your skill set, the reason you are born, if you chase that, and you be so good at being a servant, the greatest among you, scripture says, will be a servant. If I can focus on being a servant and transforming your life, you giving me money is only a byproduct. How can I transform your life in my sleep? If I master that, I master always being able to make money.
that chasing the God within, like, and I opened with that earlier because I said, you know, God, if that vision comes, that idea comes, that ain't from the sky, that's from God. You know, that is literally from our creator. And it's like, okay, you got this idea. Now what? Now you just gotta move and do your part, because I'm telling you, God is already 10 steps ahead of us. So the provisions have already been made. They're already made. So thank you for, man, the confirmation, the gems. Thank you so much. So I have another question, if you don't mind. You've made 12 million. You've had $1 million days. You literally had $1 million day. I don't know what the product or the service, but I just remember talking to you and like hearing you share that. And you've gone on to do seven figures yearly. So with that being said, what would it take for a person to go from 5 figures, 6 figures to 7 figures? Is it mentality, or does it have something to do with optimizing an SEO like you just mentioned? Can you share with us, for those of us that would like to go hit that 7-figure mark, because we're already in 5 and 6? What do we do? What would you think we should focus on? Is it based on the product or what?
So I always specify in every podcast that I do that I did not make 7 figures on my own. The business did. I also want to specify that anybody who is planning to build something and you believe that you can do it yourself is not big enough. Because if you can do it by yourself, the dream, the vision is not big enough. I believe it has to be so big that you need to attract helpers in order for it to take place. So in the way that we was able to do it was with a system. Save yourself time, energy, and money is what system means. Save yourself time, energy, and money. Why? Because there's only 24 hours in a day. If I try to do everything myself, I'm going to burn myself out. So the way that we was able to do it is we was able to leverage each other's followings. So we're leveraging OPA, other people's audience. We was able to leverage each other's intellectual property. And we was consistent in going live, creating content, but we had a team, a tech team. We had a graphic team. We had people that was filming us, editing our content, because if we had to teach, go live, market, edit our own videos, do our own payroll, do our own training, do our own all this, it would not be successful. So there's no big I's and little U's. There are, because if I was the business owner who started it, I'm not bigger than the marketer. If I'm the marketer who blew it up, but then the guy or the sister who ran the operation, I'm not bigger than him or her, because we both need each other. If I'm just the person that answers the admin when somebody has a tech issue, I'm not bigger than her or him, because without her or him, it falls apart. So what you need to do is think about, what can I do? What can I build that doesn't, and how can I do it without me having to do every single thing? This forces you to have SOPs, standard operation procedures. How do I like my videos done? And then I want you to think about who's better at me. So the first step is you got to remove the ego. That the only way this is going to be successful is if I can do it. The only way this Canva ebook going to get created is if I do it. The only way this graphic, the cover got to get made is if I do it. That's a hustle mentality. And if I always think I'm the best, I ain't thinking right. I need to remove my ego and attract people that's better than me at editing videos, that's better than me at marketing, that's better than me at whatever I'm doing. You got to be okay that I'm just a visionary. God blessed me with the idea. Because truth be told, I'm never going to be the best at it. If I want to do, the email got to come from my brain. No, man, you're going to be the bottleneck in the company. $1 million days, bro, that's thousands of people that you got to sell to, that you got to deliver, that you got to service. You think you're going to do that yourself? So I believe, now there's other ways you can make money without needing a team. I haven't personally done it. So I'm just sharing with y'all my perspective from service-based delivering knowledge. You have to remove jealousy. You have to remove envy. Because when you attract somebody to you that is actually better than you at what you do, you got to be okay with somebody bigging them up and congratulating them. And you're not trying to, hey, but don't forget me. That causes internal issues. You got to be okay that, hey, yeah, I started this, but I'm bringing somebody on that's going to take it to a whole nother level. I got to be okay if people think that this is his business. It is a part of his business. It is a part of her business. Because if you don't check that thought, it'll come up later in an action. If you don't check that thought, it'll come up later in how you respond to something that may destroy the business. So I'm talking about how to sustain it, because although we did 12 million in a year, it also disappeared in a year. So it's great that we did 12 million. It's great that we paid over 1.3 million in payroll. And we told the people that, hey, you can, we had our staff said, we had a meeting with them one by one. How much money you want to make? And we said, how much money you want to make to work with us full time? 7,000. Okay. 5,000. Okay. 10,000. Okay. So it was crazy. And now that I think about how we did that, my goodness, that was a lot of money. But I'm proud that they can say, man, I probably made the most money I've ever made working for somebody with a black company. I mean, that's cool. I mean, we was young. I mean, this is early. This is before 25. You know, so it's an accomplishment. But what I would not give y'all a right answer if I didn't come from this perspective. Because I can tell you, yeah, post 3 to 5 times per day. You find your people, y'all create content together. Y'all all got to push. Y'all all got to be on the same page. You got to have automation in place. You got to have email. You got to have customer support. Yeah. Y'all know all that stuff. You can get that from YouTube. But what you really got to have is true brotherhood. You got to have integrity. You got to have the right heart. You got to you got to really care about the people that you're bringing in, the students that you're bringing in. There has to be a real care, and they can't just be another number that done signed up for your program. You got to have conflict resolution, because there's going to be inevitable problems and disagreements among you as founders, among you as business owners. And if I just continue to just keep what I have in the back of my head and we never get down to the root of what the real problem is, the energy will be off. People will notice it on your lives. When things go wrong in the company, you won't have enough fortitude. You won't have enough inside of you to say, hey, we made a mistake and we're going to fix it. So making 12 million is amazing. Having $1 million a day is amazing. But what's even more amazing is people who make 6 figures a year, 5 figures a year, but they're able to sustain it. They're able to keep it. They're able to really show that you can rise above emotions into the thinking of God. That's a much more powerful story, which is what I hope that we build with Building Wealthy Families. Something that may not be at the speed that we was at last time, may not be reaching the amount of people that we reached last time, but hopefully this time we're able to sustain it. We have those who really care, even when the money's not coming in. They're able to overcome the dang, I ain't paying my bills yet. The when we're going live and there's not as many people tuned in, but dang it, it's 3 people tuned in, so I'm gonna give them all I got. When we have conflict, we're able to sit down on a Zoom call and look at each other and not avoid the Zoom call, and we can talk about the problem. That's going to be much more powerful. So hopefully that answered the question. It maybe didn't, but I have to give you that answer because you can go find out how to build a business online, maybe for free. You can learn about how to do your lead magnets. So we had the lead magnets. We got the follow-up emails, the follow-up text messages. You got the people that you need on your team that's going to call your leads and close them. You got to have your closing script. That's going to take forever, too long for me to give y'all those tactics. But hopefully what I shared with you guys, you can really internalize and really follow, because I think what I just shared with you all will help you not just build it, but sustain it, because we're not building this just for a quick dollar. We're building this because we really want people to be changed. We really want people to be healed. We really want people to tap into their gift. And that's what a movement should really be about. So hopefully that answered the question.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Am I able to work with him?
Oh, Brother Ben, we have a
Yes.
question. Are we able to work with you? You want to tell them, or should I?
Sure. You can go to I think a good place to start off is www.bwfuniversity.com. We do have a mentorship program where all of my programs and the other coaches' programs will be there. We do have a $97 a month where we'll be on live with you once a month to give feedback and live coaching. But if you want to work with me one-on-one, just join the community first. Start there, and if you have a business and you want to work with our team one-on-one, myself one-on-one, where we can give you direct energy, then just shoot us an inbox and or go to passivecashflowsecret.com, and you can fill out the survey to see if you qualify for one-on-one help. So that's www.passivecashflowsecret without the S.com, and you can fill out a survey, and we can hop on a discovery call and see how we can help you out.
Yeah, I'll share it with you.
Yeah, I got, I designed children's books.
Oh,
Yeah, I got all of it, I do that now.
okay. This sister says she designs children, but she has everything. So we'll connect. Yeah, you totally answered my question, and I think that's the best answer that I could have ever received, honestly, because it's integrity based. Because scaling your business is totally energy, and fiat is energy. Like it's all aligned with your intention. And so I love your answer that you gave me. Yes, you answered it, and I appreciate just your wisdom and sharing all the things. And so we have the Building Wealthy Families community. So Brother Ben, myself, Sister Courtney, Sister Alexis, like a lot of us who are super passionate about really building wealth and like doing this thing and making sure that we aren't just go watch this YouTube. Like, no, like let's talk about it. Let's get on these lives, let's co-work, like let's really talk about it. Like I'm so over courses. I mean, I love courses so much, but like where the community piece at? So Building Wealthy Families is totally a vision of Brother Ben. And then God, my pastor at church the other day said, when you get your alignments right, you're going to get your assignments right. And when Pastor Dixon said that to me, I was like, let me write this down in my notebook, because this is good. When you get your alignments right, you're going to get your assignments right. So I feel this is like a divine alignment, because now everything is like coming into fruition. I'm like, oh, it was the secret key. Like this was the alignment. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing, answering my questions and sharing that with me. So I was going to ask you next, what resources, and for someone that has a service-based business, is not quite in the digital space, not quite making passive income, but ready to just go to the next level. I was going to ask you, what key resources can you share with us tonight? Where should we start? If we're in that position, we're ready to, what's your name? I'm sorry. Lisa. Miss Lisa designs children's books, and she's ready to rock and roll. So someone like Miss Lisa, you already answered the question. What's the best resource to kind of say, all right, let's get this thing rocking?
Are you asking about like how to get started online?
You already answered the question. You said just join the Building Wealthy Families community, really. But someone, to get started online, if someone wants to transform what they already have and start making passive income, they want to, monetize. Yeah. Where do they start? Where should they start? Your personal suggestion is start in terms of a resource.
I will start on Instagram, posting content about what you do, the problems you solve, and you can get help with ChatGPT these days with content ideas. So focus on, and let me say this, Focus on the problems that you solve, not the features that you have. I want y'all to, if y'all don't remember nothing else, nobody cares about your ebook. Nobody cares technically about how many modules you have. Nobody cares per se that the vehicle that I'm going to get this information is a workbook. That's just a feature in the vehicle in which I'm going to get it. Ultimately, we care about the solution that you're bringing to my problem. The ebook is just the way you delivering it to me. The course is just the way you delivering it to me. I'm not excited about, I need me, give me another course. Like, no, I really crave the information. So when you guys are creating your content, think about the benefits of your service, the desired outcome of your target audience, not necessarily the features. That's the first thing. So create content, and then I would contact those who, second, write down your dream 100. First of all, who is your ideal client? That's the first thing you need to think about, because who your ideal client is what's most important. For example, if my ideal client is blind, why am I doing a PowerPoint? If my ideal client is deaf, why am I pushing a podcast? It's just common sense. So some people think that, oh, my client is everybody. No, it's not. If you're pushing the children's book, are you targeting the youth or are you targeting adults? Some may say the youth. Well, are the youth the ones that's going to buy it? If they're not going to buy it, then you need to target the adults. Then you will write down my dream 100. Who would I love to work with? What type of client would I love to work with? And then what I encourage you to do, if you're just getting started and you're starting out, go find 3 to 5 of your target audience and do it for free. Reach out to them. And let me say this, write this down. Bring them a result, not an idea. Best advice I can give you. Bring them a result, not an idea. Nobody wants to hear, bro, I got an idea that can take us to the next level. Hey, man, I got an idea that can, you know how many times an influencer or somebody big hears that? What I would do if I was you, depending on what type of children's book you have, so just take this with a grain of salt. If there's somebody, I got a children's book and I want to write one for them, I'll go ahead and write it for them and deliver it to them. Hey, this is what I see that can be added to your brand. And because really this person already got the following. So yeah, I can build up my brand, but this brother or sister already got a following. So I build up the brand for them, create the ebook, or not the ebook, but the children's book for them, give it to them, deliver it to them. And then I would say, hey, I would love to just get your feedback. And if you like it, I would like to get your testimonial. So there's 3 things that's going to take place here. When you take that approach, you're going to get feedback, which is good because you can improve it. 2, you're going to get a testimonial if it's good that you can use to go get an actual client or get way more clients just because of their word and their result. And then 3, you're going to get conviction. Somebody likes it. It works. So sometimes we got an idea, but then we don't really know it works. So like me, when I was putting together my stuff, like I put together my course, I'm like, I think it's going to work for other people. I mean, this is what I did, but I didn't know it's going to work until you got a brother, Coach Khan, who has made over $200,000 in the program. Until you have other people that has said, bro, I was able to fire my boss from the program. You got other people that said, I made my first 6 figures from the program. You got other people who have taken what I've learned and started in their business, and we did 1.9 million in less than a year. Now, there's conviction that I have. So when I speak, it's a lot more sharper. It's a lot more firm. At first, it's like, I got this course that can help you guys make money online. It's paid. Now it's like, I got this digital real estate program that's going to show you how to get a clear offer, what content to make, and how to get traffic to bring you in consistent sales. The way I say it is much different now because I have many testimonials and I believe, and I not just believe, I know it works now. So your video going to be more confident. And people are going to feel the confidence and they're going to say, man, how can I join? So that's how I would start off. Get you 3 to 5 people, do it for free, get your framework together, whatever you need to do, refine it with those 3 to 5 people, and then, kind of go from there. And what I would also say is run ads as soon as possible. The amount of money that we made was all organic. We didn't run ads. And I used to brag about that. Man, we did all that money and it was all organic. And I thought that was something to brag about. Now, with what I know about ads, so stupid to brag about. Because it was always determined and the business was dependent on us creating new content and putting new stuff out. And we could have had a whole system and that money could have been generating while we was kicked up somewhere, because now the ads is going. So now we're spending money and now we have a predictable business, because I'm reaching people daily, whether if I get sick, whether if we take a break, whether if we doing an event. Because while we doing an event, we ain't creating content, we ain't posting it, because we busy doing other things. So having a predictable business where you know how much it's going to cost for you to acquire a lead, how much it's going to cost for you to get that conversion, how much it's going to cost for you to get that book phone call. And then you're able to know, okay, based on the price of my business, this is how much it's going to cost. This is how much it's going to be. Here's my ROI. So you can get all those different things. So start running ads as soon as possible is what I would say as well. And then lastly, what I would say is once you know what problem you solve or what solution you're bringing and your target audience, don't be afraid to contact people personally, man. So many people that's tuning in right now, they done already heard me say this. You're not making money because you're simply not following up and you're simply not asking for the sale. I can't tell you how many people we call, or Coach Khan has called, to sign people up into building wealthy families who did not know we launched. Now, again, if y'all go to my Instagram page, I got over 40,000 posts. I don't know nobody that posts more than me if they don't got a team. Blogs and all that, Shade Room and all that, they got teams. So yeah, they may beat me. But I don't know nobody that posts as much. At one point, I was posting 10 times a day. And it's still people that have no idea what digital real estate is. As much as I've explained it, people to this day still think, are you talking about selling homes online? Are you talking about virtual wholesaling? Somebody asked me, do you need a real estate license? I'm like, bro, what? All these times I've explained it. So why am I saying that? If you don't post as much as me, please know that just because you made a post one time today, everybody did not see that post, okay? Just because you posted 3 times per day, all of your followers did not see that. Probably 10% saw it. So here you are, you making posts. Man, I posted all day and ain't nobody bought. I bet you if you call majority of people on your phone, they don't even know about your business. They don't even know the new product you got. So don't be afraid to call them, DM them, text them. You'll be surprised how many people would love to support you. They just didn't see it. And if they did see it, they kind of saw it and just kind of swiped up. They didn't think it was for them. But if you get them on a call and you explain it, they say, oh, man, that's what that is? Man, how much is it? So don't be afraid. If you're going to spend, if I'm a work at FedEx 9 to 5 or Sterlite from 12 to 12 hours a day, why wouldn't I spend 2 on my own calling people? So if I say ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I can say, hey, y'all finish it in the comment section. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. What's gonna happen next? Put it in the comment section. Somebody at her event physically probably in your head saying, I'm loving it. How did you know what I was talking about? Because they have ran that ad so much. Da-da-da-da. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. You just see 2 big old yellow arches in your eyes. Now, if this is $1 billion company and they market so much every day, now here you is, a little old company. We growing. We trying to get to our first million. We trying to get to our first billion. And you think you don't got to promote every day and you not running ads? Now, if you running ads, you good because you out there. But you organic. You mean you think 1 time a day is enough? And you trying to do what? Have this transform your life? You trying to pass this down to your children? You trying to have this supplement your business, your job, and you just posting once? You feeling some type of way because you think you posting about it too much? Oh, man, you feel like somebody gonna ask you why you post about it every day? You better ask them why you go to work every day. Don't you get up every day at 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock to go to somebody else's job? Of course I'm posting about my business every day. Yeah, absolutely right. All right, let me get off because I feel like I'm talking about something that she ain't even asking about. Let me stop. What's the next question?
It's good. We over here, we're all ears. We are listening.
How old is he? Because he sounds like somebody old soul.
He's somebody granddaddy, right?
He's somebody.
They want to know how old you are, Brother B, because you sound like somebody old soul.
I've been hearing that since I was in high school. I'm 76 trillion years young. On paper,
Yes.
on paper though, I'm 30. I'm a little over 30.
You somebody granddaddy. For real, I know I say that all the time. So thank you, Brother Ben, so much for sharing everything. We are gonna do a quick intermission, really quick, 2 minutes, just to see if anybody, has to wash your hands or anything like that. We'll do a quick intermission. We do have a live performance right now. A special guest is gonna perform, and then we'll circle back, ask some questions, and then we'll hear our last panelist who's gonna talk about mental health. But Brother Ben, you are so amazing. And I thank you so much for everything that you have shared with us this evening. And I pray that everyone that's in the comments and everyone in here, that you heard something that was valuable and you're ready to execute. So Brother Ben, we thank you. And in the comments, just show your appreciation to Brother Ben. How can we find you? How do we connect? I know that, it's in this, actually I see it. Thank you, Alexis, for putting that in the chat. Can you speak it again though? Anybody that wants to connect with you, where should they start?
Yeah, so I'm Brother Ben X on everything. So that's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X, that's formerly known as Twitter, Facebook. So Facebook, Brother Ben. Now, let me say this. Disclaimer. There is tons of fake pages of me. Tons of them. So when you guys follow me, make sure that if anybody inboxes you, you check the actual profile username. For example, on TikTok, it'll appear like it's me because they're going to take all my videos. They're going to have my image, but it'll say Brother Ben X and it'll look like it's the username, but actually always click on the profile. Make sure that the O is not a 0. Make sure that there's no underscores because, man, people have lost extreme amounts of money thinking that they were sending the money to me when they wasn't. And I hate it because I'm like, dang, I did all this work. You done sent them for how much? 40,000, 8,000. Man, I need to send that to me. But man, I mean, people done lost some crazy amounts of money. Man, I hate it. But I try to tell people, obviously, everybody don't see my post, but man, I'm not gonna inbox y'all about no Bitcoin. I'm not inboxing y'all about crypto trading. That's not my lane. So I know you may say, well, maybe that's him because he's talking about digital real estate. No, I don't deal. I have invested in crypto. The group I was a part of talked about it, but it's not my lane. So if anything reach out to you about Bitcoin or not, that's not me. Always check the username. And on Instagram, I'm verified. So if I'm on Instagram, don't respond to anybody who ain't verified. On Facebook, there's a lot of fake pages on Facebook. If it don't got 1.3 million followers, it's not me. If it doesn't say facebook.com/Brother Ben X, it's not me. So just always check the username, family, so that y'all don't lose any money. And if y'all want access to our mentorship program, www.bwfuniversity.com. That's www.bwfuniversity.com. I am personally in the community. I do not have a VA that does anything on my behalf. So don't think like, is that really him? If I respond to you in the community, it is actually me. So that's where you guys got access to me at inside the community.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Y'all got that?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Brother Ben. Thank you so much. So at this time, we are going to we have a live performance actually, because for those of you that are, not fully familiar, hold on one second. Let me figure out this thing. I want to make